But there's more exciting third-party news today, more exciting even than that. The former Democratic mayor of Salt Lake City, Utah, the firebrand Rocky Anderson, announced this week that he is planning to run for president, and he will make up his own party to do it. Mr. Anderson's party got a name today thanks to voters on his Facebook page. They are calling it the Justice Party. Now, if you want to get a handle on Rocky Anderson's politics, I'm here to tell you happily that it's not easy. He has been known as a progressive Democrat. As the mayor of Salt Lake City in deep red Utah, he enthusiastically advocated the impeachment of President George W. Bush. But then again, the last time we had Mr. Anderson on the show back in May, he was here to sing the praises of none other than conservative Republican Utah Governor Jon Huntsman.
I just think that he is so down to earth, and I can tell you it's not a show. This isn't a guy who likes to look folksy while he's campaigning and doesn't really live his life that way. He lives his life like that every day, and people who know him, who know his wife, have tremendous regard for them, whether in their personal lives or their politics.
And now Rocky Anderson himself is throwing his own Justice Party hat into the presidential race. Perhaps he and Governor Huntsman could make some beautiful music there together. Joining us now for the interview is Rocky Anderson, the former mayor of Salt Lake City. Mr. Anderson, thank you so much for being with us tonight. It's really nice to have you here.
Great to be with you, Rachel.
So why form a new party and why run for president as soon as you form it?
Because the American people want this option. They need a choice. What we've seen from the Democratic and Republican parties, where they brought this country, is absolutely tragic. And the polls show that there's a huge desire, a vast majority of people in this country that want a different choice. And we stand for something so entirely different than what the Republicans and the Democrats have brought this country.
What's the most salient difference between the Justice Party and the Democrats and Republicans?
Well, for one thing, we will do everything we can, and even if it means a constitutional amendment, to get the corrupting influence of corporate and other concentrated wealth out of politics, because Congress and the White House have been conducting themselves as if they are on retainer with Wall Street. We are in a new gilded age in this country with the greatest disparity of wealth since the 1920s. And people are suffering. The lack of a decent jobs program. This party, the Justice Party, will fight for the people. We'll stand for leadership in the area of climate change. We know that regardless of whether the Democrats or the Republicans are in power, we will not see the necessary international leadership that's required if we're ever going to get a handle on this problem. And then, of course, there's a question of whether we're going to be a country that continues going around the world kidnapping and disappearing people, not requiring accountability for war criminals. We have a two-tier system of justice, just as we have now a two-tier economy where there are those very few rich, powerful people who get all of the favors, including immunity from the law, and everybody else who are suffering financially now are bound by the law, and sometimes in very vicious ways. We've got a young man here from Utah. He's serving 55 years on 3 counts of selling marijuana. And after the fact, after the 3 cells, the informant said, oh, yes, he had a gun at each of those cells. Minimum mandatory sentence. The judge didn't want to impose it. This is the kind of skewed justice we have when felons that engaged in illegal surveillance under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. We know that there were numerous felonies committed by them. In the Bush administration, not one prosecution of any of these people. And then the telecom companies who colluded with the Bush administration, violated the law, and there were some telecom companies like Quest who refused to do it because they knew it was against the law. Those who did violate the law, they hire their lobbyists, spend $12 million in 3 months on their lobbyists, and they get Congress, including then Senator Obama, to vote for retroactive immunity for these people. And by the way, Senator Obama promised before he got the Democratic nomination for president that he would join in a filibuster against that immunity. So this two-tiered system of justice that we have in this country, where the courts are taken out of the equation as checks on abuses of executive power, we're seeing the undermining of the very core of our republic, and it's got to change. And I think the American people want to see those changes. They want an end to wars of aggression. They want an end to the human rights abuses. They want an end to this enormous disparity economically in this country, and they want to see jobs. There's so much better, so much more we can do for the American people, and that's exactly what the Justice Department, the Justice Party will fight for, and that's what we're going to be campaigning on, Rachel.
Rocky Anderson, the former mayor of Salt Lake City, founder of the Justice Party and its declared presidential candidate. Sir, I hope that we can stay in touch with you as this journey is just starting really today. We'd love to be in touch with you as this goes on in terms of what support you get. Thank you.
Look forward to it, Rachel. Thank you.
All right. The best new thing in the world today that you've been waiting for since 7th grade English class. You've waited this long. Wait another 2 minutes. I promise I screwed it up.